It's that time of year again, where many in New York high society, and thus a breathlessly curious public, are talking about one singular event. The Metropolitan Museum of Art Costume Institute Gala, commonly known as the Met Gala, has become an annual spectacle of artistic expression and fashion, attracting the veritable who's who from the realms of fashion, film, music, and art. Since its humble beginnings in 1948, the Met Gala has grown into a prestigious, high-profile event that not only raises funds for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York City, but also celebrates the theme of the Institute's annual fashion exhibit, influencing the evening's dress code. In today's video at Old Money Luxury, we shall take you on a journey through time, tracing the history of and evolution of the Met Gala, from its old money and high society beginnings to the other worldly fashion spectacle it is today. The Met Gala's origins can be traced back to the vision of Eleanor Lambert, a pioneering American fashion publicist who single-handedly transformed New York into a global fashion capital. Born in Indiana, Lambert moved to New York City in the late 1920s, where she started her career in public relations and advertising. Over the years, she built a reputation as a tireless promoter of American fashion and was instrumental in establishing New York as a global fashion capital. Lambert had the power to create an event due to her extensive connections and influence within the fashion world, as well as her keen understanding of the importance of publicity and marketing. She is credited with launching the careers of several renowned American designers, including Bill Blass, Halston, and Oscar de la Renta. Among her many accomplishments, Lambert founded the Council of Fashion Designers of America, the International Best Dressed List, and the first ever Fashion Week, originally known as Press Week. The Costume Institute, a department within the Metropolitan Museum of Art, was established in 1946 through the merger of the Museum of Costume Art. To this day, the Costume Institute is dedicated to the study, preservation, and exhibition of clothing and accessories from around the world, spanning different historical periods and cultures. Its extensive collection includes over 35,000 items, which are showcased through themed exhibitions, often accompanied by scholarly publications. Interestingly, when Eleanor Lambert created the event in 1948, her primary goal was to simply raise funds for the newly established Costume Institute. The event was indeed designed to be a glamorous, high-profile gathering that would attract New York's high society, providing a platform to promote the Institute and its mission, but certainly not a spectacle in any real sense of the word. But by engaging the city's elite, Lambert was able to generate the financial support necessary to grow the Costume Institute's collection and ensure its ongoing success. Initially, the event was a simple midnight dinner with tickets priced at $50 or around $600 in today's money. The guest list included members of the city's elite, such as philanthropists, socialites, and patrons of the arts, rather than the celebrities and fashion icons that currently dominate the event. Some notable attendees from this period might include the likes of CZ Guest, Gloria Guinness, and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, who were prominent figures in New York society. The atmosphere of the early events was elegant and refined, reflecting the tastes and sensibilities of its high society attendees. The evening's entertainment typically included live music, with orchestras or bands providing a soundtrack for the night. Guests would dress in their finest attire, with women wearing glamorous gowns and men donning tuxedos. These early events did not have specific themes or dress codes, so the fashion on display tended to be more conservative and classic than in later years. The focus was primarily on socializing, networking, and enjoying the company of fellow attendees. Conversation topics would likely center around art, fashion, and the latest happenings in New York society. While the early events played an important role in establishing the gala as a significant social event, it was not until the involvement of Diana Vreeland in the 1970s and subsequently Anna Wintour in the 1990s that the event would evolve into the glamorous, theme-driven, celebrity-filled spectacle it is known as today. The Met Gala was transformed in 1972 when Diana Vreeland, the former editor-in-chief of Vogue, joined the Costume Institute as a special consultant. Vreeland was a prominent fashion editor and tastemaker known for her bold personality, innovative ideas, and distinctive style. Born in Paris and raised in New York, Vreeland began her career in fashion journalism at Harper's Bazaar in 1936. She eventually became the magazine's fashion editor, a role she held for more than 25 years. In 1962, she was appointed editor-in-chief of Vogue, where she revitalized the publication with her daring editorials and eye for groundbreaking talent. Vreeland's iconic status was characterized by her unique approach to fashion, a keen eye for detail, and a penchant for pushing boundaries. She was known for her ability to create visually stunning, imaginative, and often unconventional fashion editorials, as well as her talent for discovering and nurturing new designers, models, and photographers. Additionally, Vreeland's personality was larger than life, and she was often described as flamboyant, eccentric, and outspoken. She had a strong presence and was able to captivate people with her wit, charisma, and distinctive voice. Vreeland was known for her aphorisms and memorable quotes, such as "Elegance is refusal and the eye has to travel," which reflected her philosophy on fashion and style. Now, Vreeland's tenure at the Costume Institute began in 1972 after her departure from Vogue. As a special consultant, she brought her signature flair for spectacle and drama to the Met Gala, transforming it into a more glamorous and theatrical event. As a special consultant for the Costume Institute, Vreeland applied her unique sensibilities and vision to the Met Gala. She introduced a sense of spectacle and drama to the event by curating elaborate, immersive exhibitions that often had a theatrical quality. Vreeland's exhibitions were visually arresting and thought-provoking, engaging guests and challenging their understanding of fashion as an art form. Under Vreeland's influence, the Met Gala became a more glamorous and theatrical affair. The introduction of themed galas encouraged guests to dress in imaginative, often extravagant outfits that aligned with the exhibition's theme. This change added a new dimension to the event, as guests were encouraged to dress in accordance with the theme, fostering an atmosphere of creativity and artistic expression. The introduction of themes also brought more attention to the Costume Institute's work, making the exhibitions themselves an essential part of the gala experience. She was also instrumental in attracting celebrities to the event, using her extensive connections within the fashion, film, and art worlds to create buzz around the event and the Costume Institute's exhibitions. It is difficult to say for certain how Eleanor Lambert would have felt about the changes Diana Vreeland introduced to the Met's culture. Lambert was a visionary and a pioneer in her own right, and she might have appreciated Vreeland's efforts to elevate the event and bring greater attention to the Costume Institute. On the other hand, the shift towards a more celebrity-driven theatrical event might have been seen as a departure from the original purpose of the gala, which was focused on fundraising and socializing among New York's high society. Since 1995, Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour has been the chair of the event, taking the event to new heights in terms of celebrity, fashion, and fundraising. Wintour, a British-American journalist and editor, is best known for her role as editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine, a position she has held since 1988. Wintour is a highly influential figure in the fashion industry, and her distinctive personal style, which includes her trademark bob haircut and sunglasses, has made her an iconic figure in popular culture. Wintour's career in fashion journalism began in the 1970s, and she has worked for various publications such as Harper's Queen, New York Magazine, and House Garden before assuming her role at Vogue. When Anna Wintour took over as chair of the Met Gala in 1995, she made several significant changes to the event. First, the event's guest list curation. Under Wintour's direction, the Met Gala became an exclusive, invitation-only event. She carefully curates the guest list each year, ensuring a diverse mix of attendees from the worlds of fashion, film, music, art, and business. The number of guests is usually limited to around 600, which adds to the event's exclusivity and allure. Secondly, Wintour introduced the concept of co-chairs, enlisting high-profile individuals from various industries to help promote the event and its theme. Co-chairs have included celebrities like Taylor Swift and George Clooney, as well as designers such as Marc Jacobs. By involving these influential figures, Wintour has increased the event's prominence and media coverage. Wintour's tenure as chair has also been marked by an increase in fundraising efforts for the Costume Institute. The Met Gala has become a significant source of funding for the department, raising millions of dollars annually. Similarly, Wintour has cultivated relationships with brands and sponsors to support the Met Gala and the Costume Institute's exhibitions. These partnerships have been instrumental in funding the exhibitions and have further elevated the gala's status as a premier event in the fashion industry. And as we all know too well at this point, under Wintour's leadership, the Met Gala has become a major media event with extensive coverage from print, television, and digital outlets. The red carpet arrivals are often broadcast live, and the event generates significant buzz on social media platforms. Wintour has continued the tradition of themed galas, ensuring that each year's event focuses on a thought-provoking and engaging theme related to fashion, art, or culture. However, she has expanded the level of ostentatious fashion-forward risk-taking to beyond another expected from the high society of the 1940s and 50s. She encourages guests to embrace the theme in their attire, which has resulted in some of the most memorable red carpet moments in Met Gala history. And now, we'd like to see you in the comments with your opinions on the Met Gala's place in high society. Let us know below. And once again, thank you for joining us on Old Money Luxury.